welcome to our first episode on Saturday. First episode this year, 2018. I'm really excited. So I'm really recovering from a bad cold. But anyways, I'm really excited to start the year now and bring back our Saturday live show. So we'll be covering quite a lot of things. As we did before, we'll have some tutorials. But today we're doing something a bit different because we just want to make it a bit more laid back, where we keep it as a question and answer session. So that's what we're going to do today. And then depending on any suggestions that you have, I can start then putting together some plans for upcoming Saturday shows. So just a few announcements. If you haven't noticed, I just created a brand new website called WPUserTV.com. Now, the reason why I created this is because I need to add as many WordPress-related topics as possible onto that website. And then DIVIUniversity.com is just going to be mainly all the DIVI courses and anything related to DIVI. Okay, so before we get started, I can see there's quite a few people now in the chat, and I'd like to say thank you very much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. So we are broadcasting on Facebook and also on YouTube. Okay, so there's something new here that I'm trying out. Oh, I can see now the comments. Claudia says, hi, Augustine, nice to see you. Thank you very much. Nice to see you too. Glad you're on the live chat. I'm trying something brand new here where I can also add your chat on the screen so you can see the chat. So hopefully you're okay with that. Victor says, hi from Italy. Hi, Victor. Glad you're here. We also have Vincent saying, good morning, Mac. Yes, good morning. How are you? Arturos, I think, from Latvia. Thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate it. We have Julio as well saying good morning from Venezuela. Awesome, awesome. Purple Fox Designs says hi from Las Vegas. Awesome, awesome. Thank you very much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. So first of all, before I continue, are you happy with seeing your chats on the window? This is something that I was working on, which I think you may like, but just let me know in the comments if you like seeing your comments on the screen. So if you like them, just say yes. If not, just say no. It's something that I can just switch off easily if majority of you don't like it. Okay, Vincent is from Canada. So thank you very much for tuning in. Right, so what I'm going to do here as well is I'm going to check on Facebook and see who is tuning in from Facebook. So on Facebook so far, we have 5 people. There's no comments so far, but it's all good. Okay, so let me continue with what's going on here with the announcements and what's going to be happening moving forward. So on WordPress User TV, the plan moving forward is to add short courses. Like, for example, if you want to do SEO, how do you do it on your WordPress website? So those are the short courses that I'll be adding, and also maybe Photoshop for web designers. Again, those are going to be like short courses that I'm thinking of putting on together. At the moment, there's a course which is almost done. It's how to create membership websites using Divi and MemberPress. So this is for those of you that want to build membership websites, because this is where you can extend the functionality of your WordPress website and make it even do more. So you can start off by maybe a basic blog, but in the future you may want to turn it into a money-making website. So by using a membership by turning your website into a membership option, this is how you can start earning extra money using your website. So that's a course that I thought will be ideal for you, and hopefully you'll like it. And also, I have just put out there a course called WordPress Mastery. Now, this is a course I'm giving away for free, 100% free. You can go ahead and start learning how to use WordPress. Now, this is something that I was really thinking about. And because majority of the content on my channel is around WordPress and how to create websites, I decided to give this course away for free, just to help those who are starting up. So I'm going to include the link in the show notes below, and you can go ahead and start taking that course straight away. Like I said, it's 100% free. Okay, and also DIVI, my promotion still continues. Those of you that want to learn how to design websites using DIVI, I have a 50% off offer on that course. So if you sign up on that course, you'll get 50% off and you're up and running on how to design websites using DIVI. Okay, now I can see there's okay, so this is about the chat. I'm just going to take a look and see what comments I'm having here. Purple Fox Design says live chat on screen. Nice. Okay, so because I haven't heard any sort of like feedback about the chat, so far it's just Purple Fox. Vincent says, not sure the live chat is necessary because it's visible on YouTube anyway. Oh, so you can see all these questions anyways. Okay, so I didn't know about that because on my side, I don't see these comments that you're seeing. I have my control panel where I can see your comments, but I wasn't sure if you could see my comments. But anyway, it's something that I thought could benefit everyone. Right, we have someone here. Now, this is amazing because I can't even pronounce the name and I can't even pronounce the country. Wow. You know what? I won't even try it. I don't want to mess it up. Okay. Henry says hello. Hi, Henry. Thanks for tuning in. Awesome. Okay. So what are we going to do now without wasting a lot of time? I'm going to start by going through the questions in the comments. And by the way, if you have any questions to ask me on this live show, go ahead and do so in the comments and I'll do my best to answer those questions. And just so that we stay on track, I would appreciate if you ask me the questions around WordPress and DIVI or web design to start off with. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and let's take a look at some of our comments. Right. So in the comments, I received a question saying from Digital Photo Guru saying, thank you for your great tutorials. Would love to know how you can make YouTube video pop up from a blurb module. CSS question mark. Okay. Great question. Now, to make your video pop up using the blurb module, I haven't really done that before, and I'm not sure if you can do it with CSS. However, there's plugins that you can use if you want to achieve that feature. So I don't think this can be done straight away in DIVI. Okay, so that's a question from Digital Photo Guru. Thank you very much for asking your question. The next question here is, from Anne, how can I get CSS code for adjusting the size of the image behind call to action button on the menu section? Thank you. Okay, now here's the thing. When you design your websites, it's best practice to resize your images before you add them onto your website, because relying on CSS to do this for you, you may end up getting a lot of problems with compatibility issues, or maybe it doesn't work fine on this browser, or even when you do responsive, when you take a look at the site on a smaller device. So I would really recommend to go into a software like Photoshop, resize everything there in Photoshop or any image manipulation program, and then upload these images onto your website. Okay, so that was the question from Anne. Okay, I can see some more comments coming on. Let me just take a look here. Monique says, greetings from East Coast of US. Thank you very much, Monique, for tuning in. Really appreciate it. I have a question here from Stephen. He says, will you be doing a tutorial on integrating Market Hero with DIVI or even Bloom if possible? 100% yes. In fact, I'll be recording this tutorial today and releasing it tomorrow or Monday. So keep an eye on that, Stephen. But yes, definitely, because I worked out a very cool way of integrating Market Hero with with your Divi website. Now, for those of you that don't know what Market Hero is a software solution that helps you build your mailing list and helps you automate all your emails and all that good stuff. So it's similar to ConvertKit or MailChimp, but this is totally different. It's amazing, drag and drop, very easy to use. In fact, I've done a video about it, so I will link that video in the show notes where I did a review of Market Hero. But yes, I will be creating a tutorial on how to integrate the two. Fantastic. Young Leper says, need more tutorials on Market Hero. Okay, that's the plan, because what I noticed as well is when I go on YouTube and search for tutorials or just to see what people are doing with Market Hero, most of it is to do with Shopify, and it doesn't really apply to those of us that have a WordPress website. So I think there's an opportunity there where I can really share my knowledge on how I am using Market Hero with my website. So definitely keep an eye on those videos coming soon. Okay. Henry says how to put live videos on his Facebook page without necessarily being live. Right, let me see. Okay, Henry, I think the question you're asking is how, in fact, I'll read the question again. How to put live videos on Facebook page without necessarily being live. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, are you referring to broadcasting live with a pre-recorded video? If that's the case, yes, that can be done easily. You need to use a software called OBS, which is similar to what I'm using now, or you can use a software called Wirecast. Yes, so you pre-record your video and then you can broadcast it as a pre-recorded video without you actually being live. Okay, I hope I've answered that question. Hans says, hello from Holland. Awesome. Thank you very much for tuning in. It says I've just added. He says I just added a social media follow module to a row, and was wondering why I can't change form, square, round anymore. Okay, what I'll do, Hans, is let me make a note of this, and I'm going to see if I can do this while on this live show. So I think I can quickly show you how to do that. Right, he's also asking, is there an easy way to change the color of the Facebook F, for example? Okay, again, I will quickly go in and see if I can replicate that and change. Okay. Right, on Facebook here, we have Glenn Freeman saying hi. From the United Kingdom. Awesome. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is one of those rare cases. I'm not sure why I don't get a lot of people from the United Kingdom tuning in, but it's nice to see you. Thank you very much, Glenn, for tuning in. So Bayed, I think, says, hi, Mac. Can you share a link how to do parallax in Divi? I think I have a video on that, but if not, I will try and do a tutorial on how to do parallax. Okay. Glenn says, absolutely love Divi. Thank you for these great tutorials. I really appreciate that, and I'm glad that these tutorials are actually helping you design your websites better. Awesome. Okay. Let's go back to questions. Let's see if we have any more questions. Okay, Henry says, no, you don't understand me. Okay, so okay, what I'll do, Henry, is I'll go back to your question and try and see what you mean by that. Okay, from Toronto Hotspot says, does your course have tutorials on how to incorporate custom post types within the Divi child theme. No, I do not incorporate custom post types in the course, but this is something that I'll be working on the update of this Divi course, because as you may have noticed, there are quite a lot of updates that Divi has, Elegant Themes has released since I've done the course. So a lot of the stuff in there is now dated. I mean, I wouldn't say really dated, but there's a few features that have been added which I haven't spoken about. So these are the things that I'll be doing or adding in the updated course. What I'm waiting for right now is for Divi to go to version 3.1. So as soon as it goes to 3.1, I'm going to start putting on, I'm going to start creating this new course, and this will be the updated version of the course. But if you sign up for the course, you automatically get these updates when the course is ready. So you don't have to pay extra. So if you pay now, you become a member automatically. But this is something that I may be changing soon, because I'm going to turn it into a more of an ongoing course whereby I bring more value to it by doing live training maybe twice a month. So this is something I'm playing around with. But if you sign up now, of course, I mean, those things won't change on you. Okay. Purple Fox Design says, I would like some design tutorials. Okay, I think that's something else I'll also be doing. I noticed that there's a few of my videos I did in Photoshop on how to use Photoshop to design your web layouts. Those are very, very popular. So that's something that I'll be going back to. So thanks a lot for that tip. I'm just going to make a note here. So these are the sort of tutorials I'll be doing on upcoming Saturday live shows. So Photoshop tutorials. Okay, thanks for that tip. Okay, let's take a look here and see if there's any more questions. Glenn says, where do I sign up? Do you mean sign up for the course itself, or if it's for the course, let me just get you the link to sign up. Just bear with me. Okay, so Glenn, here we go. I'm going to paste, here's the link. Please use the coupon code DV50. I'll just type it in here again. So if you use that coupon code DV50, you will get a 50% discount on the course. So yes, that's the link to the course. And there's tutorials. There's quite a lot of tutorials in there. There's parallax. There's also a step-by-step how to build a 5-6 page website, and a lot of quite interesting stuff. Okay, so thank you very much, Glenn. Let's take a look if there's more questions here. I can see there's quite a lot coming through. Monique says, completed Divi Mastery course and found it very helpful. When will the membership side course be available? Now, thank you very much, Monique. Again, this is a feedback from Monique that has just done the course, and she is saying she completed the Divi Mastery course and found it very helpful. Now, the membership side course will be available in, I'll say, maximum 2 weeks, because I really want to make sure that all the information I need is in place, and I need to go through all the videos one by one more time. I'm a bit crazy about being a perfectionist. I really like my courses to be, complete at the same time without going into a lot of details, which is confusing for a lot of people. So I would say maximum 2 weeks, and I will notify you as soon as the course is live. And I'll also be having some discounts because you're already signed up for the Divi course. So yes, just stay tuned. It'll be there very, very soon. Stephen says, do you sell child themes? Tutorials on creating child themes to sell would be great. Okay, that's awesome. How to create child themes. That is a really, really, really good suggestion. So, Stephen, definitely I'll be doing that. I found a way to create your own child themes and also to sell. But what I will be doing as well is I will be creating my own child themes, which I will sell. So I will choose maybe 5 sort of like categories, maybe business, fitness, cooking, and so on, and make these child themes and then sell those on DIVI University. But the plan is, if you're a member of DIVI University, I'd like to give these child themes away for free. But I'll also be creating a course on how you can create your own child themes. So awesome! Thank you very much for that. I'll also make a video just to cover, what's needed to create your own child theme. So thank you very much for that suggestion. Appreciate it. Okay, I have another question here from Henry saying, often I see pages on Facebook that put their videos directly from their website. Is great. I'd like to also under WordPress. Right, let me read this again. Okay, now to add the videos directly onto your website under WordPress is not recommended, because you can do this easily by uploading it into the media library. But the reason why you don't want to do this is because the amount of bandwidth that you're going to need to broadcast that video is a lot. So your hosting company may not be able to provide that for you. This is why we use YouTube or Facebook, to host our videos, because they basically cover all that bandwidth for you. So if you're trying to do it yourself on your website, yes, you have a lot of control, but it will not play fast for your viewers that come to your website. So I do not recommend that, Henry. Okay, if you want a much better system of having your own videos, I would recommend that you use a service like Vimeo. Okay, they have a better player. Okay, Victor says, should I use Divi SEO or additional Yoast SEO plugin? 100% use the Yoast SEO plugin. This is the best SEO plugin out there. It has a lot of features that come with it. So yes, I would use the Yoast SEO plugin, and that's also what I use. So again, I'm going to do a tutorial on how to use Yoast as well. So this is definitely a plugin that you want to use. Victor says, which is better? I'm not sure what the question was here. Victor, if you can do me a favor and just type in the complete question, because it's quite difficult for me to scroll back and try and find what the question you're referring to is. Usaid Mohammed says, hi Mac, how are you? Hi Usaid, how are you doing? Thanks for tuning in, really appreciate it. CGT AFP ATVM says, use video for your videos. Use Vimeo for your videos. Yes, video is really cool. Purple Fox says, Jetpack, is it useful? Yes, it's useful, but, and here's the thing, Jetpack is good, but the thing is, I don't use it anymore, because when I was building diviuniversity.com, it was causing a lot of plugin conflicts with my website, so I had to disable it every now and again. So it was a nightmare using Jetpack. So at the moment, I don't use it. So when it comes to my stats and how how to find out how many people are visiting my website and so on, I use a service called Clicky. Now, Clicky is fantastic. I will leave a link, because I've done a video about Clicky, which you can take a look at and see how it works. So I recommend Clicky. But Yes, that's the experience I had with Jetpack. But I mean, I've been using it for years as well, so I'm not saying that it's not going to work with your website. It's just that I've been having bad experiences lately with it. Okay. Vincent says, could you do a tutorial on customizing sliders? Example, I'm trying to put a slider over a slider. A slider over a slider. I'm just trying to picture that. Vincent, can you elaborate on that? What do you mean by slider over a slider? Do you mean the sliders overlapping, or do you mean... I can't even try to picture it. So maybe you can rephrase that and I'll try and respond to that. Okay, sliders aren't very customizable. Okay, I will also take a look at the sliders, but one thing that I can tell you is we are also having quite a lot of updates coming through from Elegant Themes. So a lot of these features and a lot of these extra functions are going to be added onto our modules. So this is something that we may need to be a little bit patient. So, but we are going to be having a lot of updates coming through. But I'll also take a look at the sliders and see how far we can go with the customizations. Again, let me make a note of this. This is something that I can prepare a tutorial for next Saturday. So, customizing sliders. Okay, awesome. Usaid says, in Divi, how to transfer a complete project to another domain. Right. This is a tricky one. Right, I'll need to take a sip of water for this. Right. So when you design your websites, there are a few options that you can do to transfer your website to another domain. There are plugins that you can use to do this because it involves moving all your files of your current website, uploading them over to your new website via FTP, and then moving over the database as well. So what you'll find is it's quite tricky to do this. I mean, in fact, I've had quite a few problems myself where things don't work out right. So what I did use recently was a plugin called JEDI, J-E-D-I. In fact, let me type it in here, J-E-D-I. Okay, so what this plugin does is it compiles your website into a child theme, okay? So on the website that you need to move this website to, what you need to do is to create a WordPress website and then install DIVI, okay? So once you install a blank install of DIVI on your current website that you want to move over to the new website, you compile this website into a child theme, okay? And then that makes it into a zipped folder. So what you then do is you go to the new website and then go into your themes, and then click add new theme and then install that compiled child theme from the website that you're building, and then that installs it as a child theme. So that's the best way that I've come across so far. But make sure that you don't have all your plugins in that compiled child theme, because it doesn't work. I've tried it myself. It needs to be a Divi website. You're moving on to another Divi website. So that's how it works. So the plugin is called JEDI. Okay, hope that answers that. Wild Rice says, is Divi the best theme out there, or is it just preference? Okay, by the way, Wild Rice, that's my son. Okay, I'll answer that question. Okay, in my opinion, yes, Divi is the best theme out there. It's not just a preference. I've used quite a lot of themes. I've used Beaver Builder, I've used Elementor, I've used quite a few other themes as well. Now, I come from a design background, so if you want to make things look nice, you want to make things look beautiful, Divi definitely is the best theme out there. And not only is it the best theme, if you take a look at the support they provide, right? This is a company that's been out there for a very long time, so they provide great support. So it is fantastic. They also continuously innovate. So you'll find that they add quite a lot of features fast. They have a large team, so definitely they can afford to do that. So I would say yes, Divi is the best theme out there at the moment. Okay. Vincent says overlapping a text slider on top of an image slider. Yes, that can be done by doing negative margins, but yes, that's something that I can do. Yeah, yeah. In fact, you know what? Email me. That would be even better, because I can then put all these together properly. Claudia says, I hope you make a tutorial for Jedi. I think I did, but I'm not 100% sure. I will check with that. Jedi tutorial. Okay, so I will make a note. I've made a note of that. Victor says, can I use Divi Builder with other WordPress themes? Absolutely yes. In fact, the theme I recommend is Astra. Okay, I do that myself. In fact, I've made a tutorial about it on how to use the Divi Builder with another theme. Now, if you go in and choose any random themes, what you may find is it doesn't give you that flexibility of having the full width design of your site. So it will just give you like maybe a 2/3 section where you can just put your Divi Builder. Now that's not good enough. But what I found was, if you use Astra, it allows you can customize. I mean, it's highly customizable. You can customize your pages to have a full width edge to edge. So when you start using it, it's like you're using the Divi theme itself. So this is the theme that I recommend. It's called Astra. It's fantastic. I'm actually using it on my Divi University website because I was having problems with the plugin that I use for my course, which was not allowing me to create my custom post types. So I had to use this theme in conjunction with the Divi Builder. Okay, so yes, you can use Divi Builder. Okay. Toronto Hotspot says, you did a tutorial, would like a more in-depth on Jedi. Okay, more in-depth. Okay, awesome. All right, I will do that tutorial, no problem. And also, please do subscribe on my YouTube channel if you haven't done so. And also make sure you click the bell notification, because that's how you get notified that I'm going live. So I hope you've done that already. So I just thought I'll just mention it. Okay. Purple Fox Design says, can you teach us how to compare a website on different screens and devices? Do you mean taking a look at the website to see how it looks on different mobile devices? I hope that's what you mean. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go quickly, because that's something that I can do quite fast. Okay, so I'm just going to go to my site here and show you how to do that. So okay, so this is my site. I'm going to enable the Visual Builder. Right, so if you want to see how this website looks on different modes, it's quite straightforward. The easiest way is to come over here to the bottom where we have this expand settings. And then over here to the extreme left, you can click the tablet view, and that shows you straight away how it's going to look like on a tablet, and then on the next one, it shows you how it's going to look like on a mobile phone. I hope that was your question. Right, so let me check over here on Facebook and see if there's any questions here. Joseph says, can there be a tutorial to get Parallax to work on mobile? Yes, I will do that. In fact, let me make a note of that. Parallax on mobile. Okay, thanks, Joseph, for that suggestion. Appreciate it. Okay, right. I'm just going back here to make sure I don't miss any questions. So, okay, Purple Fox says yes. So, great, okay. Sage TV says, great work, sir. Keep it up. Sajid from Dubai. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like these tutorials. Thank you very much. Okay. Victor says, can I install and use Divi on localhost? Absolutely, yes. There's two services that I've used. One of them is called Desktop Server. In fact, let me see if I can get a link for you. Desktop Server. I think it's called Desktop Server. ServerPress. Yes. Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to paste the link in here. So Victor, I'm just pasting the link in there. What you want to do is to install ServerPress on your local machine. It works both on PC and Mac. So what it does is when you install it, you are able to install WordPress on your local computer, but you will not be able to visit that website if you're on a browser. So let's say you leave your computer and you're out there and you want to check and see how that site looks. You won't be able to do that. This is only for your local machine only. But yes, 100% you can do that. In fact, that's how I've been doing all my tutorials. The other option is to use local from Get Flywheel. They also have a similar service, but the only problem with that is it's quite buggy, so it's been giving me a headache, so I've just stuck to using this ServerPress. Okay, hope that answers that question. Right. Toronto has hotspots. Says something very interesting here, and he says, just my opinion. Divi, like Divi a lot, but with all the aftermarket plugins, hacks, training, you'd think the theme is not fully loaded with and missing functionality for all in one type theme. Thoughts? Okay, now my thoughts on this are, yes, there are a lot of themes and plugins out there. Now, in my opinion, if you have a theme that has all the functionality out there, a e-commerce, a membership, and all these other things, what happens is you have a theme which is bloated, okay? And the problem with that is, if you're someone that wants to build a basic 5-page website, right? And yet the theme comes in with all these things inbuilt, you'll find that you're just going to have a site, a theme which is bloated. So whatever they are doing right now, I think is the right thing, because they are focusing mainly on the stability of the theme and also the features that make you build a beautiful website. Now, if you want to move over and make that website look pretty, and as well as making it a membership website, this is where I think you need something else to plug into Divi to make that work. But I mean, those are my thoughts, but I think this is the best way they're doing it, and it's the best way forward. A theme should not have all these features all in one. I think it's too much. It just needs to be, stable, streamlined, easy enough to build you a basic website. But if you need any other extra stuff, that's where the plugins come in. Okay? Henry says, searched for a video called How to Create a Divi Child Theme on Mac's Profile. Tried to put a link, but was not allowed to. I'm not sure why. That should be, you should be allowed to do, to add a link. Strange. Okay, anyways, Claudia says, great, thanks a lot. Steven says, I like Local by Flywheel better than Map. Yes, Local by Flywheel, I mean, to be honest, the way it's put together, it's very easy. It looks very, very professional. But in my case, it didn't really work for me, to be honest. It was very, very buggy. It kept asking for updates. And then when I do the updates, it wasn't working fine. So it really got me very frustrated. Monique says, can you suggest tools for developers who do not have strong graphics background? Okay. The tools really for graphic design, for anyone that doesn't have a strong graphic design is using things like Photoshop. But before you can actually go into Photoshop, I think if you really want to design beautiful websites, you do need to understand the fundamentals of graphic design. In fact, this is also something that I was thinking of doing, because what I noticed a lot of the time is a lot of people design or have great ideas when it comes to creating all these websites, but straight away you could see that, maybe they could have used this font here. Maybe they could have used this color here. So that means there's also a lack of that graphic design knowledge or background. Some people get it, naturally, but a lot of people just need to understand the fundamentals. So there's quite a few things that you need to learn in that. So first of all, you're gonna need to know how to use Photoshop. That's the standard. That's what I've always been using. And also understanding the design principles. Like, for example, color theory. Which colors work well together, right? Now, this may be something that you think, okay, maybe a pink works very well with gray, right? But there's what is known as color harmony. Now, what color harmony is just a spectrum which shows you which colors work well together. In fact, let me show you quickly what that looks like. Okay, so over here, you can see this this website here called colors.co. This website gives you colors that work well together. In fact, this is my color palette for my website, WP User TV. So you can see these colors work very well together. There's also another one called color.adobe.com. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. Okay, here's another one. So these colors here are created using the color harmonies, which I've just mentioned. Now, what color harmonies are is just like a formula that makes sure that you're choosing colors which follow the rules. So the color rule here is, for example, analogous. These are colors that are close to each other, like that. You have monochromatic. Again, these are colors here that are all like in a straight line. Oh, I thought I was showing you this. I was showing you my screen. Sorry about that. Okay, so triad. So these are colors. So you can see all these color harmonies here. Complementary, these are colors opposite each other. So when you design your websites, these are the color palettes or the color tools that you need. So again, this is one of those things which you definitely need in order for you to design awesome looking websites. So I've mentioned color, layouts as well. You need to use your layouts correctly. Typography. There's also rules in typography on how many fonts you need to use on the page and so on. So Monique, to answer your question, there's a few things that you need to have in place in order for you to design well. But again, this is something that I'm going to go into more detail in the DIVI University, where I'm going to create a short course which covers these things that I'm just talking about there, because it's not just one thing that you need to do. There is about 4 or 5 things that you need to master before you can do this. But having said that, it's not complicated. It's not difficult. Like, for example, we could actually come up with a color palette in less than 10 minutes here for your brand, for branding your website. But knowing how to do it is what's important. But it's not very difficult. Okay, so let's take a look here and see if there's more questions. Raphael says, Mac, your DIVI University site is messed up. Now, there's a few. Yes, there are some pages that I'm still working on because I'm using a different theme as to DIVI theme. So I'm using Astra in conjunction with the DIVI theme. So yes, some of these pages are not in order, but it's something that I'm putting together. But the courses themselves, those pages should be fine. But yes, thank you very much for mentioning that. It's something that I'm working on. Rumbo says, hello from Philippines. Your tutorials are helpful. Thank you. Thank you very much, Rambo. Really appreciate it. Rambo says, are there going to be updates on making header more easily customizable and so as the contact form? Yes, as I mentioned earlier on, there are updates that are being put together behind the scenes. So I'm not exactly sure when or which one specifically, but one thing I can say to you is there are a lot of updates being put together to make DIVI even much, much better to use to design your websites. Okay. Raphael says, I got the course. It's the best one. Thank you very much for that. I'm glad you really like the course. Stay tuned for more courses coming up. And it's feedback like this that makes me want to, even share all my knowledge with all of you. So thank you very much for the feedback. I really appreciate it. Okay. Henry says, do you know how to put ads clicks in the background of a website with the DIVI theme? Yes, let me see if it's something I can show you quickly. Right. I've seen okay, here we go. Okay, so if you go into your admin dashboard, if you come over here to DIVI, there's DIVI theme options. So normally you land on this general tab. So to add your ads, you come over here to the ads tab. So this is where you add your tabs, but you have to make sure that it's enabled first. And then this is where you paste your ads. Okay, great. Victor says, which web hosting is better, SiteGround or InMotion hosting? Now, here's the thing. These two companies, and I'm giving you my honest opinion, these two companies are both great, right? Now, the reason why I recommend InMotion hosting is because I've really worked close with InMotion hosting. I really love their support because the team they have is well versed with WordPress. So let's say something goes wrong with your website. You can actually ask them and they will be able to help you because they know a lot about WordPress, okay? So that's one of the main reasons why I use InMotion hosting. But I wouldn't say this one is better than the other. It's just a matter of preference because both of these offer a great service. And by the way, if you also use my InMotion hosting link to sign up for your hosting, I will give you my course absolutely free. So if you're interested in that, I can give you my link to my affiliate link for InMotion hosting, and then all you have to do is to send me the receipt number, and I'll give you access to the DIVI course. Okay, so if you're interested in that, just let me know. So that was a question by Victor. Vincent says, if Elegant Themes added to Monarch, I would trust it would be more stable. Yes, and I agree, but like I said, there's quite a lot of tests they have to do because you can imagine if they tried to say add this feature and then everyone upgrades and then it just breaks things. A lot of customers will be very unhappy with that. So sometimes these integrations do take quite a while, but I mean they're working hard behind the scenes to make sure that all these things work very well. Victor says, do you use some antivirus WordPress plugin for your websites? Yes, there's one called WordFence. Let me see if I can find it here. Yep, so I'll just give you a link to WordFence. Right, so that's the link to WordFence. They have a free theme, so that's the one I use. It's a very good security plugin, so try it out. Victor says he needs the link to InMotion hosting. Okay, so let me get that for you. Okay, so Victor, here's the link to sign up for InMotion hosting. And thank you very much for using the affiliate link. So as soon as you've signed up for the hosting, you can send me your receipt number, and then I will give you access to the course. Awesome. Paulo says, can you send me the hosting link? Okay, I've also sent the link. It's right there, WordPress user TV/hosting. So yes, that's the link. If you use that, go through the process to sign up for the hosting, that I will give you full access to both the WordPress course and the DIVI Blueprint course. Awesome, right. Steven says, I use SiteGround, it's great, and customer service is way better than HostGator. Yes, HostGator is terrible. In fact, it almost costed me my business. And this is the reason why I just chose InMotion Hosting for my hosting, because with HostGator, you know, my site kept getting offline and the support was really, really bad. It was really bad. So that's the reason why I had to move away from HostGator. It's terrible service. Okay, so I think they mainly focus on the numbers. You know, the more people they can sign up for their service, the better. I don't think they spend so much time on actually helping the customers. Jamie says, can the Divi Builder be used with the extra theme by Elegant Themes? Right. Elegant Themes itself, the extra theme itself has the builder built in. So you don't have to add the builder inside extra. So all of that is just a package, okay? I hope that answers that, Jamie. Vincent says, what about GoDaddy? Yes, same thing. GoDaddy, again, because of the amount of people they have on their service, it's quite difficult for them to provide a lot of support. And also, if you test their servers, they're not as good as the likes of InMotion Hosting and SiteGround. So the GoDaddy, Bluehost, and HostGator, those are sort of like your low-tier hosting companies. And then the level up is your SiteGround, your SiteGround, or InMotion Hosting. So those are definitely better than the GoDaddies. Definitely, in terms of performance, in terms of the features that come with these hosting companies. For example, with InMotion Hosting, and this is something that you all need to bear in mind, which is coming very soon. I'm sure you've heard of SSL, right? So SSL is something that's going to be a must on all websites. So SSL is that secure communication when people come to your website. So let's say you go to a site and you need to buy, something. It encrypts. It has to encrypt that whole process. So this is going to be a must, and Google has spoken about this. So this is something that InMotion Hosting gives away for free with your plan. So you can imagine how awesome that is. Another feature as well is SSD drives. Okay, solid state drives are very, very fast. This again is something that InMotion Hosting is providing. So with GoDaddy, it's going to take time, or they do actually charge you extra for that. So this is why I love all the extra features that come with InMotion Hosting, and it's not expensive as well. It's very, very affordable. I think it comes to about, if you go for the three-year plan, it comes to $2.50 a month for hosting. I mean, it doesn't get better than that, to be honest. So it's the features that come with it. With GoDaddy, you have to pay extra, and that's why I don't really use that. Okay, Media Temple, I've used it years ago. I'm not sure if they have improved, but it was a good service back in the day. Last question, I promise. Toronto hotspots. Right. Toronto hotspot says, last question. Right. Are there fundamental differences between the Divi Builder plugin and the theme with it included? Finding a lot of aftermarket plugins don't work with the plugin version. Now, I've actually had a different experience. The Divi Builder, the Divi itself, the theme, for me, it didn't work with a few plugins that I needed to set up my training website. So that's why I had to go into a different theme with the builder. So that's my experience. Now, when it comes to the plugin not working with a lot of other aftermarket plugins, it depends. I've heard quite a few people saying, yeah, it doesn't work with this or it doesn't work with that. But I would say 90% of the time, or even 95% of the time, it's definitely going to work. You won't have any problems there. In fact, I'm using it I have more than 10 plugins that I use on my website, and it's working fine. So I would say either or. I mean, just try. If you see it not working with your Divi theme, then choose a theme with the builder itself. But they both work very well in most cases. And there isn't much of a difference, to be honest. Okay. Technical Muna says, hey Mac, tell me the GoDaddy ultimate hosting plan is good for 6 sites. Again, as I mentioned a few moments ago, GoDaddy is not at par with companies like InMotion Hosting and SiteGround and so on. They're your entry level hosting company. So they'll do the job, but what you'll find is as you start getting more traffic to your website, as your site starts getting busier, you'll find that it won't be running very well. GoDaddy, they're meant for just people that are building websites that don't have a lot of traffic. Okay. Steven says, why doesn't Extra get more love? I really like the category builder, but I think it gets pushed to the side too much. I would love if they did weekly free layout examples. Yes, I mean, Steven, thank you very much for that. This is something that I am going to discuss with the team because, to be honest, I know that there's quite a lot of people out there that use Extra, but you're 100% right. It doesn't get as much love as Divi itself. So this is something I'm going to suggest in our meetings. Purple Fox Design says, SiteGround SSL is included too. I've learned a lot from you, by the way. Thanks. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, Purple Fox Designs. Toronto Hotspot says, sorry, I meant aftermarket plugins for Divi, like Divi overlays. Does not work with Divi Builder standalone. Divi Builder overlays, I haven't really tried it, but so I can't say much about that. I haven't really tried it. And to be honest, in my case, I tend to sort of like keep it simple. When I design my websites, I don't like adding all these extra features. It has to be a feature that I really need for me to add it, because the way I look at it is the more plugins I add, the more complexity I'm adding to my website, and I don't really like that, because when things go wrong, you have to start disabling plugins, and so I try to keep all these aftermarket plugins at a very minimal. Okay, so we're coming about to almost an hour now on this live show. In fact, time moves really fast. I didn't even realize that I've been here for almost an hour. Okay, so let me check over here and see if there's any questions here on Facebook. And yes, we do have. Atif says, Mac, you're doing amazing work. Learned a lot from you. Thank you very much, Atif. Really appreciate it. That's Atif from on Facebook. Misha says, can you do a tutorial on how to create vertical tabs? The tabs can be used for FAQs. Okay, thank you very much for that suggestion. I'm going to make a note of that. Vertical tabs. Okay. Raphael says, Mac, is there any way inside the Divi course to skip a lesson and pass to the next one? Yes, I've actually disabled that feature where you have to go through each and every video for you to go to the next one. So yes, you can actually jump from a video, in the course. Okay. Aina says it doesn't like too many features, so why build into the theme? I'm not sure what's that related to, but I'm sure it's something that we're discussing. So I'd appreciate if you can just complete that question so that it's easier for me to sort of like take a look. Okay, let me see if there's any more questions over here on Vincent says, can you add all the links you've put in the chat to the bottom of the video when you go offline, when you go off air? Yes, Vincent, definitely I'll do that when I go offline. Toronto Hotspot says, what was the discount code for your course? The discount code is DIVI50. Let me just type it in here. Okay, so that gives you a 50% discount. In fact, I'm going to paste these links right now before I forget. Okay, so I've added these. So when I go offline, you'll have the links. So the links that I have here is, if you haven't signed up for my free WordPress course, the link is there to sign up for the free WordPress course. It's 100% free. And if you need hosting and you sign up for my InMotion hosting, you get a 57% off from the hosting itself. And you also get free access to my course, which is DIVI Blueprint 3. And there's also a link here to buy DIVI, and also a discount for the course, which is what I've just added in the show notes. Alfred says, thanks a lot. It's always a pleasure to listen to you. Okay, so we're going to round up this Saturday Live. I really enjoyed this, and thank you very much for taking your time out to hang out with me on this Saturday. I've made a lot of notes. So next Saturday, I will be doing a lot more tutorials in the show, and I'll also be answering your questions. But I really enjoy doing these live shows. So thank you very much for showing up, and don't forget to click the bell notification on YouTube to be alerted when I go live next Saturday. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great Saturday, and I will see you soon.